Good day, everybody. My name is Fiona van Kerwel, and I work at the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences at Stellenbosch University. Today, I have my colleague Janine Wallow with me, and together will the two of us take you through a tour in this wonderful faculty. So let's start off. What are we going to cover today? First of all, we'd like to say hello, which we already did. Then we're going to tell you about our undergraduate programs. We're going to tell you about our basic admission requirements. Then we're going to take a road trip through the general degree programs, our specialized programs, and of course, we're going to end up with where you can reach us. So, Janine, would you like to tell them how are we going to take this trip on this journey through the world of the BAs?
Thank you, Fiona. Normally, we would have our open days in person, and then we have the privilege to go and visit the different stalls at our different departments in the BA world. You will also get an experience of what it really looks like and how it feels in the BA world. There will also be advisors which you can talk to and questions. If there's questions you can ask, and that is what it normally looks like before COVID. Thank you, Fiona. Would you take us further into this journey?
So what will you find within the world of arts? Firstly, the Arts and Social Science faculty consists out of 3 different environments, and those 3 different environments have 18 departments. So we have our arts, we have our social sciences, and of course our languages. Within our arts, we have 3 different departments, which are drama, music, and visual arts. Within social science, we have 9 different departments, and let me read them to you so that you know. It's geography and environmental studies, it's history, information science, journalism, which is mostly postgrads. We have philosophy, where you can think about your thoughts. We have political science, we have psychology, where we study behavior, we have social work, and of course we have sociology and social anthropology. Within the world of languages, we have Afrikaans and Dutch, our African languages, our ancient studies, English, our general linguistics, and of course we have modern foreign languages. And at Stellenbosch University, the modern foreign languages that we offer are French, German, and Mandarin. So Janine, would you like to tell everybody about our undergraduate degree programs?
We have 3 basic streamlines wherein our undergraduate degree programs fall in. The first one is the general programs. That is BA Humanities and BA Language and Culture. Then we have our specialized programs, B in Social Work, BA Development and Environment, BA in International Studies, BA Political, Philosophical and Economic Studies, BA in Data Science, B in Human Resource Management, BA Law, BA Sports Science. But then there's also specialized programs in our arts, within our arts department. That is BA Drama and Theatre Studies, BA Music Studies, B Mus, which is also part of the music program, and then also the BA in Visual Arts. So Fiona, would you like to sum it up for us, please?
There's the Afrikaans offering. So let's sum it up, because it's a mouthful, isn't it? There's such a wonderful world that you can explore. So you already heard about the general programs, and that is the general admission requirements. But some of our programs are selection programs, and for those degree programs, you need to you have different dates for which you can apply. So let's start off with our selection programs. It's law and a BA in sports science, BA in drama and theatre studies, BA with music, and the BMUS programs, and also the BA in visual arts. So for you to get into this world of BA, you would need some basic admission requirements, and that would now be a national senior certificate or an independent examinations board certificate. And of course, this need to be certified by Umalusi for admission to study a bachelor degree at the university. Sometimes you will, for some programs, you will have to write the national benchmark tests, but all that information you will find as soon as you apply. You will be guided in that direction, and then you can do your NBTs and register for your NBTs as indicated. And remember, international students, your academic records will be evaluated. So let's start off with our general degree programs, which are the BA in Humanities and the BA in Language and Culture. Specific requirements is there a home language 50%, and of course your first additional language at least a 40%. Language and Culture, you will need for your home language as well as your additional language both a 50%. And remember, prospective students, these are just requirements. It's basic requirements. So the better your marks, the better your chances. So let's go further. Remember, Humanities is a general degree program, and the world is your oyster for the different fields that you can think of studying a postgraduate offering, and the same with Language and Culture. It really prepares you for a job within media or journalism or marketing. So our next specialized programs is the one in social work. This is the one degree that actually prepares you as a professional social worker and enables you to register with the South African Council for Social Services, service professions. So when you leave the university, you are a professional social worker. A BA in Development and Environment. This is the degree program that learns you how communities work in interaction with the natural environment through the different processes. You will do stuff like biodiversity and some future studies on what is important with our climates. A BA in International Studies is such an exciting program. It gives you training in economic and political issues, and it really opens the worldview, especially also in postgraduate programs. And remember, for the BA in International Studies, your English home language must be 50% and your English first additional language 60% or more. And then, of course, we have a BA, what we call a PPE, that's Politics, Philosophy and Economics. And this is a program that really focuses on all issues. And within our South African context, it is aimed at people who are interested in doing something like in management or journalism, law or diplomatic, even in the public services. But if you are interested in being an investigating journalist, this is the way to go. So let's go to our next degree. That's the BA in Data Science. This is a specific degree that really examines data. So you will work with data through the duration of your studies. Remember, you must have an NSC aggregate of 80% or more, your maths 80%, your home language 60%, and your first additional language 70% or more. Then we will move over to our BA in Human Resource Management. This is a degree that actually opens the world of industrial psychology to you, and it helps you to manage people within the workplace. Remember, you must have pure maths 50% or 60% when you're going to have statistics, home language 50%, and your first additional language 40%. Now let's move over to our BA Law, and remember, this is the selection programs. This is a program that lays the foundation for legal studies further on. And also providing you insight into human behavior and social issues. The human behavior and the social issues are specifically within the Faculty of Arts and Social Science. So a postgraduate program, you can do your LLB or study anything further. Your BA in Sports Science equips you for a career in sports science like sports psychology, or any research, biokinetics, fitness and health, movement and education, and all recreation with people with disabilities. And we as South Africans are an active nation, so let's go for it. But what do you need to get entrance into this program? Home language 50%, first additional language 40%, maths 60%, or maths lit 70%, physical science 40%, or life science 50%, and an NSC average of 60%. So let's go to our next degree. Our BA in Drama and Theatre Studies prepares you for a world in entertainment. This is where you are on stage or behind stage. This is the area where you can really enlighten the world of people through arts. You would need a home language of 50%, first additional language 50%, and of course, you need to do an audition to get entrance into this field. Our BA in Visual Arts, also a selection program, so you will need to hand in a portfolio of your work as an art student. So within visual arts, there are 3 streams, namely fine arts, visual communication design, and jewelry design. And it really prepares you for a world as a fine artist, or a graphic designer, or a jewelry designer, or even you're a teacher or an art theorist. So let's move to music. Within music, we told you that we have 2 degrees. The one is a BA in music, and the other one is a BMUS. So the BA in music combines training in music with the option of gaining expertise in a language or in a social science or even maths, and thus provide the ideal foundation for a teacher. You would need home language 50%, your first additional 40% for both these degrees, and remember, you will ask to do an audition and also a theoretical test to make sure that you meet the necessary requirements. The BMUS is a specialized program within music, and that will prepare you for world within music only, and such as a music teacher, performing artist, music technologist, a research, or a composer. But music also have some offerings, undergraduate programs, which are a diploma or a certificate programs. So you can read that up in our calendar. But the practical diploma in music, that's a 3-year program, and our advanced and higher certificate programs are only 1 year. So on that note, Janine, I would really like to tell the people, where can they reach us?
Thank you, Fiona. You will contact our Dean's office, where you will talk with our friendly Miss Liesel van Kerwel, and you will reach her at the following number, 021 808 2138. Then her email address is lek@sun.ac.za. You can also go onto our website link, www.sun.ac.za, and you will also see there our calendar and also our yearbook. So now, specifically for our young people and for our students that will become part of the University of Stellenbosch, the quote of our late President Nelson Mandela, he said, "Young people must take it upon themselves to ensure that they receive the highest education possible so that they can represent us well in the future as future leaders." Now we give over to you, Fiona.
So on that note, all I'd like to say is thank you. Inkoos en baie dankie. It was a real nice trip with you, and we hope to see you in the future. Thank you.